cleansing out the air, cleansing out my space, darling. Yes. Only positive energy, right? Only positive vibes here. That is what we continuously create. Hope everyone's doing good. Detox your life. ItsTheG.com. G gang, where you at? Holla back. If you don't have sage, if you don't smudge often, I definitely recommend that. It's really good for the soul. It's good for your environment to make sure that you get a good cleansing. So, you know, get all that negative energy, that toxic energy out of your home, out of your space, out of your aura, so you get your body, get it all out. Sage, all right? Okay, so first and foremost, I'd like to say thank you for tuning in. If you have not subscribed yet, please do. And then leave a comment, shout out where you're from, and you know who's rocking out with me here today. And so the reason why I wanted to come to you is because I wanted to talk about this new journey. I'm always on a new journey. I'm always on a new path, right? But I want to talk about this new journey I'm on, and I'm super excited. That's very liberating and life-changing for me. And that is this LOC journey. Yes, darling. These ain't coming out. If you saw my video about my 7-day vegan challenge, I mentioned how that challenge and just going through that process actually helped me make the decision to not take these out, darling. And so let me tell you, this is a story about how my life got switched, turned upside down, all right? So what made me come up with this decision is because I never thought that I would ever, you know, get locks, because I had commitment issues when it came to my hair. You know, I was someone who liked to always change my hair around, always wanted to switch it up, and I was on this fence. I was kind of back and forth between, do I want to weave, do I not want to weave, you know, where am I at, especially within my consciousness, within my ascension, and who I was becoming. Like, I wanted to be someone who was always natural, because I was like, it just makes sense. I want to promote natural. I want to promote being happy with being a natural woman, and not just to put it out there for the world, but for myself, to let myself know that I am enough. You know, growing up in my younger days, in my 20s, I wanted to get like breast implants because I was body shamed a lot. I was called like flat chest because, you know, I don't have the biggest, you know what I'm saying? So I always wanted to feel like, okay, if I have these big knockers hanging and all that, you know, I'd feel good, I'd feel like a woman and all that stuff. And so I grew up for many years with that insecurity of feeling like I never had enough with that because I was teased. I was called every name in the book. And so it also led me to always wearing weaves. I wore wigs a lot, and I wouldn't dare come out the house in my natural at all, like back then. And I was lost, and I also didn't love myself, and it caused a lot of depression, a lot of anxiety. And it only started when I went through this dark phase of my life in which a big shift just happened. You know, I lost mobility in my knee. It swelled up unbeknownst. I have no clue why, and I think it was a lot of stress. It was toxins in my body. It was toxins in my life that caused my knee to swell up after I had my second child, mixed in with postpartum and not really healing fully from having a baby, and then dealing with all the stress, and then having to get rid of a big toxin that was in my life. And so my life just really shifted. My mind shifted, my spirit shifted, everything about me literally shifted. And so it took many years. It took me coming into myself again, into this health and wellness journey, to really start saying, I'm gonna wear my hair out. Like, I don't care about weaves. And honestly, it took me to go broke too, because as you know, weaves and wigs and all that stuff cost a lot of money. Like, it costs a lot of money to get your hair done, keep your hair done, and all of that. And I just was not with it. I was like, look, I don't want to pay all that money for this, and you know, I gotta take care of my kids. As I was prioritizing and putting other things before my looks and my image, and that's what kept me from even making a lot of YouTube videos. If you go back to my old videos, you'll see there was a gap in time because I didn't feel like, oh, I ain't looking right, presentable for the camera and all that, right? But it was because I had to go through some things. But even then, because I went natural back in like 2008, but I still wore wigs. And then I also would like go to the beauty shop and like get it pressed out so it just gets straightened. So it wasn't chemicals, but yet I still wasn't wearing it in its natural state. Because like I said, I couldn't commit to a hairstyle. But when I started doing like dance fitness a lot more, I realized I don't want to dance fitness with a wig on. And I tried. When I first started dance fitness, I had a wig on, and I was just like, dang, I can't really whip it back and forth the way I want to, you know? And because of that, for one, this might come off. And then it started getting hot, and so I just started wearing my natural hair. I just started twisting it up, just putting in twist, or just having my little afro puffs, and then it just became me. It just became what I did. I was like, I didn't really feel like I needed to do anything else, so I always just wore my hair natural. And but I was still dealing with internal issues within myself to where I still didn't feel like I was still pretty enough, because I was like, and I always thought, man, you know, I want a weave, but I wasn't willing to invest that type of money in a weave. And so I just kind of I really just kind of hid myself, you know, not really putting myself out there as much in terms of, especially on social media. And so it really took me to get to a point in my life when I started this 7-day vegan challenge, and just started this healthy path, and actually it started when I stopped smoking weed. And I'm gonna mention that a lot. Like, so much clarity started happening when I stopped smoking weed. And so what I did actually is I did a little test. I did a little experiment. And I had realized that when I would post stuff on my social media, like my Facebook and my Instagram, and I would post myself in my natural hair, I don't get as much likes and stuff. And when I decided, okay, well, let me test something out. I said, I'm gonna get this half wig. So I went and bought this half wig, thinking that, maybe I just wanted a new style. I was ready for a new me. I was ready for a change as I was going through this more health and wellness journey. And so I got this half wig, and I was like, is this what I want? Is this what I truly want? It was cute. Because at first I dyed my hair. So at first I got it colored. So as you see, at first I got it colored like this. And I liked it, but still I was like, I still want something new. So I went and got me this half wig. That it was cute, and it matched perfectly with the hair. And so I put it on, and I already know it. I was like, ooh, who's that? Who's that goddess? I'm gonna show y'all. So I was like, ooh, girl was looking nice. And so when I posted that picture on my social media, I was getting all these likes, I was getting all these compliments, and like people all in my face, people I hadn't heard of in a long time. And I'm like, where y'all come from? Hi, right? And so a piece of me went back to that young self, to when I used to wear weaves and all that stuff all the time, and I fed off that attention. But this time was different. I was like, I don't like that. I don't like that. I just want to be me. Because I tried to wear that hair. I went to the flea market. I tried to wear that hair. Oh, I was so uncomfortable, and I just wanted to snatch it off. I realized that part of me wasn't there anymore. That part of me that wanted to wear that costume look wasn't what I wanted to wear throughout like the day. Like, I like just being free. I had got so used to just wearing my hair naturally that when I put that on, I just did not feel like me. I was like, I don't like this. And I see that all the compliments weren't based upon me. It was based upon my physical appearance and my shell. And I was like, y'all are responding to and liking someone who's not really me, but an aspect of me. And I got to this conclusion that I'd rather be loved for who I am than loved for who I'm not. Like, yeah, I know I can rock it, and I know I can be cute wearing my little weaves, you know, that stuff. I can be one of them girls. But I don't want to be one of those girls. I want to really embrace my natural beauty. And so when I did the 7-day vegan challenge, and I watch a lot of videos, and I see that a lot of people, they find power in their hair. They find a lot of their strength in their hair. And my mom, she often talks about the story in the Bible, because, you know, we grew up Christian. I'm more spiritual. I'm not religious, but she does talk about the story in the Bible of Samson, I think that's it, Samson. And how he had the long hair, and the Jezebel came, and when he got him to cut off his hair, and, you know, he got weak because his strength was in his hair. And his strength was, you know, of course, when you think back, his strength were locks. And when he cut those off, he lost those strengths. And there's something about locks. And another person that actually inspired me to go locks, her name was West Indy Ray. Beautiful woman. And I was like, and she had her locks, and I was like, wow, she looks really good with her locks. And she just inspired me. And she was talking about how she did it for spiritual reasons. And I was like, that's very true. You know, when it comes to spiritual reasons of the lock, and how it's our strength. Our hair is our strength. So when I lock my hair like this, I feel more liberated. I feel so much more connected to my culture. And I feel like I can be myself without having to worry about doing my hair, how to get it done, and combing it out, and all of that. I can just be free. And look, oh, I can be me. And guess what? I can still be cute. I'm still cute. You put on cute little earrings, put on your little clothes, you know what I'm saying? And I got a lot of compliments. And so what happened, what's actually made me make the decision, because I kept thinking, I was like, okay, so how am I going to get it done? So now I made a decision, I'm going to get locks. And my mom has locks. And my brother had locks. And so just people in my life I know who have locks, and they love them. And so I finally said, you know what, I'm just going to make the commitment to them. Because I'm tired of doing my hair. My hair was in this puff. And I was just tired of doing it. I was like, I'm tired of it. Because I got a little girl. My oldest, she kind of take care of her hair herself in a little bit, but I still have to help her with, you know, making sure that she has what she needs with her hair. And then I have to do the baby's hair, who has a lot of freaking hair. And so I'm like, I don't want to do my hair. So it's just, and I don't want to go to pay for no beautician, because I don't like going to the beauty shops. I just don't. Like, it's hard to find a real reliable beautician, at least where I'm at. Especially, like, it's hard to find someone who's reliable, who's good, and who ain't gonna keep upping the price as you're in the chair. You sit in the chair and the price just keep going up. Like, how is this? And so I went to this metaphysical event on a Sunday, and after that event, of course, you get all that good energy. I was like, you know what, I don't need to wait for somebody to do my hair. I don't need to wait to do this. But I keep waiting. I'm just going to start twisting the way it is, because it was starting to get a hot mess anyway. It was starting to get all kind of matted within itself, and it was breaking off. And I was just like, I was like, maybe that's my sign. So I just took it, and I just started twisting. I said, okay, well, I want about this length. And I just started twisting. And twisting and twisting and twisting and twisting. And then I realized, you know what, I think my hair was already prepared for locks anyway, because it was, like I said, it was already, like, I had split ends anyway with the hair. And so they kind of are, they've already been naturally forming. The lock has already been kind of naturally forming within itself, and it wasn't hard at all. So these have been in for, I'm looking at my calendar, these have been in for about 3 weeks now. 3 weeks, almost 4 weeks. Dang, time go by fast. It's already almost been a month. And so these have been in just like this, and I've been getting compliments. People are like, oh my God, I like your hair. I'm like, thank you, darling. Oh, you locking your hair? Yes, I am, love. Oh, I love it. Thank you, darling. So, yeah, so don't mind that. I put some, I don't know if you see some product. I mean, there's still some gray up in there too, because I'm an old lady. Like that shit, it's my wisdom coming through. So I got some gray hairs that you can kind of see, because when I colored my hair, I only colored the tips. I didn't want to color the root, because I was like, I don't want to forget who I am and where I come from. My roots stay like this. So, I love it. I love my hair. So now when I look at my hair, I'm like, oh my God, I just love it. I just glad I made this decision. And it feels so liberating. It feels great. And I can just get up and freaking go. I don't have to worry about doing my hair. I don't have to worry about twist outs. I don't have to worry about putting a cut. Oh my God. Like when I say it's the best journey. So just rock with me and kind of see what becomes with these things. Yes, darling. And I just tell myself, when people talk about, when it comes to locks, they always talk about this ugly phase. Shoot, ain't no ugly phase over here. This is all cute. And I actually like this length. I mean, I'm gonna like it as it gets longer and longer. And I'm just picturing myself. I can see myself. And as it gets longer and longer. But honestly, like, I like this length. I like the short length, because I'm not one to really like a lot of hair anyway up on my, you know, didn't get in the way, you know. So like I said, I do fitness anyway, so it stays out of my way. I'm about to grab my scarf. Look, it stays out of my way. And then sometimes I just grab my scarf, as y'all see in my videos. I'll tie it up. I can just do some fun stuff with the scarf. I'll put it like, sometimes I wear it like this. Hiya! No, I'm kidding. Sometimes I'll put it like this. I mean, I can just be creative with other things, with accessories. And I like it. I'm having fun. So if you've ever considered doing a lock journey, I definitely say try it. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? You try it, and then what? You just have to do another big chop, and then hair grows back. So just let your hair grow back. Who cares? And then so that leads me to the supplement of the video for locks. And so I want to say, try out some Jamaican black castor oil. I'm gonna actually get me some more of this stuff, but it's good stuff to help your hair grow. I wouldn't necessarily put it in the hair itself right here, but just in the scalp. So you know how we use grease back in the day? Get you some castor oil and put in the scalp, so your scalp is always moisturized, because it's pretty thick around your edges, to keep your edges nice and thick. And yeah, it's replenishing oil for hair and skin, so you can use it for both. So get you some castor oil, some Jamaican black castor oil, darling, and keep yourself looking right. Shout out to all my good Geechees out there, us island girls, getting back and connecting with our culture. Yes, I do it for the Geechee. And thank you for checking me out. I know this video is a little long, but I just wanted to tell you about my lock journey. And I'm just going to continue with it. And it's, like I said, it's a great decision. And I'm so glad I made it. And I cannot wait to see what becomes of it. And also, I want to say, when you do locks, just know that it's different. It's different for everybody. Don't compare yourself to anybody else when it comes to your locks. And the fun thing about the locks is that you can just see kind of what your own hair does. Like twist it, lock it, and then kind of see what your hair does. Let your hair express itself as it grows. And that's the fun part. Just let it just do its thing. Like there was a lady, like my mom's friend, who she didn't even twist it. She didn't do anything. She just let her afro grow out. And it started to lock up. But they're so beautiful. Her locks are so gorgeous. They're just long and they hang. And oh my gosh, she showed me a picture and I was like, wow, her hair is beautiful. My mom, she took hers and she just twisted hers. I really don't know her exact method process. She didn't twist it like how I did. She did it differently. She just took some locking gel, twisted, and then hers are down her back. So she had her ways. And so everybody has their different ways of doing it. There's no right or wrong way to locking your hair. You can go to the beautician. You can do it yourself. You can just stop messing with it. Oh, then my mom told me this story. She said she was at the store and she said this lady was like, oh my God, I like your locks. And then my mom was like, okay, well, I like yours too. And the lady was like, yeah, it was because she told her this interesting story how she got her locks. She said that, okay, but I mean, it's crazy, it's interesting. Don't do this, but if you want to do this, do this. But like I said, there's different ways to get locks. But the way this lady got locks is that she was wearing box braids. She had those box braids, extensions in her hair, and she kept them things in for a year. She kept them things in for a year, and so the only choice she had was to keep her hair locked because her hair had already locked underneath them things. So by the time she cut it out, her hair was already locked. And so that's what made her have her locks. So there's so many stories and so many ways that you can get your locks. Just know there's no right or wrong way. It's your way. It's your hair. It's how you do it. And when you do it, it's very liberating. And like I said, if you ever get to a point where you're like, I don't want them no more, you can always do the big chop. But I would just advise keeping them in because like our hair is our strength. Our hair is our intelligence. Our hair is our wisdom. Our hair is our culture. And embrace that. And what better way than to keep it all? Do that static electricity, right? So I just love my locks, as you see. But I'm happy I made this journey. And if you're ever considering it, I say go ahead. But thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe to the channel as we continue to detox our life, spirit, mind, and body. This has been ItsTheG.com. Rock on.